Hi, I'm Jacquelyn Farris with NewsOK.com, and today we have John Sutter with the Oklahoman here to talk about the concerns over plastics. So, John, what are the new concerns?
Well, the concerns are over a chemical called BPA, bisphenol A. It mimics estrogen, which is a human hormone. There's some concern that it might potentially cause cancer, have an effect on development. Sort of the big news out of that lately has been in Canada. The Canadian government is moving to ban BPA in plastics used by babies, so like in baby bottles and those sorts of things.
Okay. Now, as an outdoor enthusiast, I use hard plastic water bottles, and they all have a number 7 on the bottom. How does that correlate with the BPA issues?
A lot of times there's a number on the bottom of a bottle. It's just sort of the recycling number. It tells you what type of plastic it is. Number 7 actually is the other category for plastics. So it could be BPA. Oftentimes it is. But it could be a range of other things. Sort of the thing to look for with BPA is it's a very hard plastic and it's clear. So like you can see on this one, you can see through it and it's very sturdy, whereas bottles like this are a little more bendable, and so that's not BPA. But sort of the look and feel of it is the best way to tell.
Now, if I was wanting to try alternative bottles, what would they be other than the BPA bottles?
Well, just in general, the recommendations I've seen are to use either metals or glass. So glass probably wouldn't work so hot for camping and outdoor activities. But I think that there are a number of metal bottles out on the market made of aluminum or stainless steel, food grade stainless steel, and those are being offered up as alternatives. I also saw that Nalgene has announced, and I think Camelback too, a new line of plastics developed by a different company that have some of the qualities of BPA. They're hard, sturdy plastics, but they just don't contain that chemical. So those should be something to look for too.
Okay. And if I was gonna keep using my Nalgene that does have BPA in it, what could I do to reduce the risks of exposure?
Well, sort of the risk for exposure with a water bottle would be that the chemical would leach out of the plastic and into the water. And that happens most easily when there's heat involved. So if you're putting your water bottle in the microwave, or you're pouring water that you've boiled, maybe to disinfect it in the bottle, you're running a higher risk. Freezing doesn't have that same effect. So anything hot is where you're going to be running the risk.
So how great is the risk to being exposed to BPA?
Well, that's sort of the question. It's pretty certain that a large number of people are exposed to it. I think a test in like 2003 found that like 93% of people had BPA in their urine. It's just whether BPA actually poses a risk. The Canadian government, their ban only is for infant products, and the government says that there is no health risk as far as they know now for adults. They're doing more studies to see if there is a correlation, and the FDA here in the U.S. has said that all of this hype about BPA being dangerous is unfounded with science. Democrats in Congress are calling for a review of the studies, so it's sort of unclear as to whether it will it actually has an effect on adult users.
Okay. Well, with that said, I'm going to keep using my BPA contaminated Nalgene water bottle, and you can find more on BPA plastics in this Sunday's edition of the Outdoors section.